Alright, so I'm not going to make the same mistake as I did yesterday. I went ahead and recorded this lesson the day before. This is R4 if you're using a book, which at the time being you're not because you don't have homework. But anyways, the goal of this lesson is two things. There's actually a whole lot more to it. I just cut it down. Like adding and subtracting is in here, but if you can't do that, well. But it's to multiply polynomials and then polynomial division. That's the goal. Really short lesson. So this is just serving as review for you. Here our goal is to find the product of these two polynomials. By the way, they're called polynomial because they're multiple things, poly meaning multiple. And all we're going to do here is we're going to use what we call the double distributive property. So I'm going to take that 2x and I'm going to multiply it by everything in there. And if I'm taking too long for you, go ahead and do it. You shouldn't have any problems with this kind of content. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x minus times negative x is negative 2x squared. 2x times 2, and it is a positive 2, is positive 4x. And draw the arrows, kids. Just draw the arrows. I understand why you won't. Anyways, we're done with the 2x. We're moving on to the 5. So plus 5x squared. 5 times negative x is negative 5x, and 5 times 2 has and always will be 10. So there we go, and you know full well at this point in the game that you need to combine like terms. So we start with the highest exponent first, 2x cubed. We're going to throw that thing away. Then I see these x squareds. Negative 2 and a positive 5 makes a positive 3x squared. Pay attention to signs. Don't be the kid who says 7. Don't be that kid. Don't those. We got a 4x and a negative 5x. That's a negative x. And we got a plus 10. So there you go. Hopefully you don't have any problems with that. It's not even that time consuming. Now here we have FOIL. When I was a kid, FOIL was actually called the double distributive property, because that's what it is. It is the double distributive property. Now we use FOIL. You should know what that stands for. First, outside, inside, last. We know that. Hold on, I got to check on a baby. And I'm back. We have a nice easy example here. And again, I was always taught just to draw the arrows. X times x is x squared plus 3x minus 3x. And then we have a negative 3 times positive 3, so minus 9. And we know how that cleans up. That's x squared minus 9. So nothing too big. I want to talk about, I don't want to do all these, but I want to talk about things like C. There's a meme in the back of the classroom that says, because a lot of kids would say this is x squared minus 9. It basically says if that's what you're coming up with, you just listen to the devil. It's wrong. You didn't FOIL. It doesn't work that way, kids. If it has a square, you write it twice. If it was cubed, you'd write it 3 times. You know that. So anyways, write it twice and then do it. Don't be stupid. Just write the thing twice. So we have x squared minus 3x minus 3 more of them. Negative times negative is at positive 9. We combine our like terms, and there we go. This is actually what we call a perfect square. But nothing big on that. Now, none of you guys should have any problems with doing basket multiplication. I know how students feel about the next thing. Long division. That's the next step. Long division. We did that in algebra 2. Okay, bud. My newest kid, Mason, is observing today, so if you see me step off, it's because I'm taking care of him. This is polynomial long division. Of course, I want you to try the U-try in a minute, but pay attention on that U-try. it goes from 4x to the fifth minus 3x squared. There's a big jump there. You're going to have to use placeholders. But anyways, this one doesn't require that. So we are dividing 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7 by x squared plus 1. And when you do a problem like this, your job is to decide what you have to multiply the variable, in this case x squared, by to become the highest powered variable in the divisor symbol. Well, you're going to multiply x squared by 3x. And I like to put things where they belong. I put 3x above x, but that's just me. And I'm using pen here, so just imagine I'm drawing my arrows. I'm going to distribute that 3x to both terms. 3x times x squared being 3x cubed. Now when you do your job right, these pieces always match. 3x times 1 being 3x, and put it where it belongs. And that was a positive 3x at that. Now, I didn't spend time going over how to do long division with numbers, but this line is always subtracted. And I use parentheses just to remind myself that it's everything, not just the first thing. So 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is nothing. 4x squared minus no x squareds, because there aren't any there, is still 4x squared. And x minus 3x is minus 2x. And then you should remember we do the old drop down, plus 7. So new goal here, what do we want to turn x squared into? Well, there's 20 of you. Somebody has to know. We want to turn x squared into 4x squared. How do you do that? Multiply by 4. And then same property we just did. Just invoke that distributive property. Just invoke that distributive property. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 1 is 4. And, you know, where most kids make here, it's a sign mistake. They don't do the subtraction correctly. Don't be that kid. So we have a negative 2x minus nothing. That's still negative 2x. And we have a 7 minus 4. 7 minus 4 being 3. And it is positive 3. Now, we're done. Why are we done? We're done because there is nothing you can really multiply x squared by that's not fractional to become this. So you're done. All right, so how do we write our answer? Well, to write our answer, think about when you did things like 8 divided by 3. You know, you said, oh, that's 2 plus 2/3. And I'm sure you were taught the plus in the beginning, but then eventually it just disappeared and you wrote a mixed number. We write our answers just like that. X squared plus 1 went into 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7. 3x plus 4 times with a remainder of negative 2x plus 3. Now go back to your 5th grade math lessons. You know, you put that remaining 2 pieces over the original divisor. You do the same thing here. The original divisor was x squared plus 1. And that's long division. Now, at this point in time, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pause the video and you're supposed to try this problem. So pause the video, try the problem. Now you hit play, and you check and see if you're right. So we are dividing 4x to the 5th, and there's a jump here. It says minus 3x squared. I'm sorry if you didn't see that. I probably should have zoomed in on that for you. Minus 3x squared plus x plus 1. And notice the big gap here. We're missing x to the 4th. We're missing x cubed. We're going to use placeholders. Oops. I made a sign mistake there. Got ahead of myself. Minus 3x squared plus x plus 1. We're dividing by 2x cubed minus 1. Never insert placeholders here. There's no reason for that. All right, now if I just focus on exponents, I know I need an x squared. X cubed times x squared being x to the fifth. And I turn a 2 into 4 by multiplying by 2. And then again, we invoke our distributive property. If you do your job right, the first pieces always match. Remember that. Holy crap. You drank all that? Wow. There you go. There's your well done, buddy. Sorry about that. And then we'll distribute this 2x squared to the negative 1, and I'm going to put it in the right spot, minus 2x squared. And I'm going to do the subtraction line. So that's nothing. That's a 0. That's a 0. Not anything to worry about. Now, the reason you do these placeholders is to just make sure you line things up properly. You know, don't be sloppy. Anyways, this was originally a negative. Okay, so I have a negative 3 minus a negative 2. So taking away a negative is addition. So negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So minus an x squared. I've got to drop some stuff down. And you drop everything down. You do long division with polynomials, not just the next thing. And hey, look. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Why are we done? We're done because you cannot easily turn x cubed into x squared. You can do it through division, not multiplication, even though they're the same thing. So we're done. So we write our answer down. It turns out 2x cubed minus 1 went into 4x to the fifth minus 3x squared plus x plus 1, 2x squared times, with a remainder of negative x squared plus x plus 1 sitting over the original dividend, 2x cubed minus 1. Now, tomorrow, when you can go ahead and start on it today, I'll be assigning some IXL stuff. Don't be surprised if this piece gets manipulated. Don't be surprised at all by that, because you might say 2x cubed or squared minus, you got to pay attention to signs here. I'm pulling this negative from every piece in the numerator, minus x squared minus x minus 1 over 2x cubed minus 1. And when you pull a negative, you only pull it from the top or the bottom, not both. Because if you pull a negative from the top and a negative from the bottom, you have changed the problem. You've changed its numerical value. You haven't changed anything if you just pull from one and not the other. So this is probably the best way to be thinking. Don't be surprised if you see it. I've generally always been okay with this because so many kids mess up moving to that step. But try and get here with it if you can. That's actually all your notes for today. You know, believe it or not, it takes me a long time to make these videos. A 10-minute video takes 30 minutes to convert to something I can upload to YouTube, which takes another 15 minutes. But if you do need more instruction, just go to YouTube and search polynomial long division. And I do suggest that if you have class time today, that you log on to IXL, you go to pre-calc, and you start D1. D1 is polynomial long division, and that's what you're going to be doing in tomorrow. You know, if you don't finish it in class tomorrow, I'm sorry, but you do have homework. You will have to do it at home. I'll talk more about that. I'll send you some. There'll be instructions on it. So anyways, might get started on that. Have a good day.